Cancer, I like this. Cancer, I like this. Cancer, I like this. Cancer, I like this.
Peace. How's everybody doing out there? Peace, power, and prosperity, family. You know what time it is. Bitcoin Block Bully coming to you once again. Early rising crypto update. Brother Michael, how long are you in the Chicagoland area? Let me know how long you're gonna be out here for. Wealthy rising to everybody. How we all doing out there? The indigenous one, what's going on? Queen NFT Barber, the millionaire barber, what's going on? We got the barbers in the house. Brother Bruce, Miss Brianna, peace. DFK, DF Kindness, what's going on, Queen? Monique the Great, peace. Wealthy rising. Yeah, love and smoke. You know what time it is. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in, tapping in, and getting ready to take notes. I appreciate your attendance today. It is Tech Money Tuesdays. Damn, you're gonna be out here for a while. Okay, cool. Blockchain Debt, what's going on? Teresa up the road, peace, Queen. How we all feeling today? How are we all feeling today? Good, I hope. Courtney, what's going on? Peace. What's going on, King? The artist Gemini, peace. Feeling amazing today. Checking in from the West Coast. In fact, before we get into things, let me know where y'all checking in from. Let's do a real quick roll call. Wow, there ain't a lot of people. Let's do a real quick roll call. Let me know where y'all tuning in and tapping in from. Y'all already know I'm coming in from the south side, Windy City, Chi-Town. Let me know where some of y'all checking in from. Let me know where you at in the States, or outside the States, what country you checking in from. Quick roll call, real quick roll call, then we're going to get the ball rolling. That's the motto, ain't it? We got Philly in the house. We got Detroit in the house. We got BK, Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn, Tennessee's in the house. We got Ottawa, Canada. Canada's in the house. We got North Carolina in the house. Jersey in the house. Dirty Jersey. Kentucky, Massachusetts. Oakland, California is in the building. We got Cashville, Tennessee in the building. Denver, Colorado in the building. What's going on, Miss Jericho? Big shout out to the New Money Matrix Discord family in the building. Big shout out. What's good, Bully? Man, so glad I took your on-chain banking, fam. It's really coming in handy with zero job the last 3 months. Just want to say again, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, I appreciate you following through on this information. Y'all hear that? The brother said he's had zero job over the last 3 months, and he's maintaining himself using the self-banking system. Jay God checking in from Washington State. Peace, peace, peace. I love to hear that. I love to hear that, brother. I'm glad that you're able to keep your head above water, utilizing the skills that I've been putting out there for individuals to utilize. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Healthy, wealthy. What's going on, big homie? Peace, peace, peace. We got Florida in the building. We got Florida in the building. Miss Jericho's in the building talking about, I'm with him. No job for the last 6 months, all crypto. Are y'all hearing this? Are y'all hearing this? No job the last 6 months, all crypto. Hey, I'm no job the last 16 years. The last 10 have been all crypto. No, 9, 8, about 8 or 9. Probably like the last 9 years. Last 9 years. Yeah, last 16 years, no job. 16 years, has been 16 years when you've been. Oh, no, no. Not really, like 20 years. Well, no, because I had a job when I came out of boot camp one time for a couple months. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in and tapping in. As we can see, we do have green in the market. We do have green in the market, seeing a nice little, what could be a relief rally, bouncing off of the most recent lows and the dip that we've seen in the market. Bitcoin has pretty much rebounded right back to where it left off. Ethereum as well, back up to the 24 level, right? But what you're doing now is you're coming back and you're retesting previous support levels kind of as resistance. And we're going to be taking a look at that. You know, we do have a couple of stories that we are going to be covering. For instance, Bitcoin makes up 1/3 of investors' crypto portfolios in 2025. Yeah, we do got that new moon, Ms. Jericho. We do got that new moon coming in. I was actually just looking at the moon cycles. Kind of seeing where we stand, right? So we are going to be covering this. Like, what's your for those that are out there, right? What's your portfolio balance like? Is it more Bitcoin, less alts, or more alts, less Bitcoin? Let's do a survey real quick. You should do a class on off-ramping and using crypto to pay bills. It would be a quick class, though. To be honest with you, because it's not that hard, it would be a quick class, probably like a 30-minute hour class, not even. It's really simple. You know what I mean? It's really simple. That may be something I look into. Actually, though. And take it a little step further. Yeah, I may do something like that. Take it a step further. How to live off crypto. I may do that. Okay, you say more BTC. Okay, Courtney Johnson says alt. Glenda says BTC. What is y'all allocation like? Y'all got more Bitcoin or more altcoins? As far as your overall allocation. DF Kindness said more Bitcoin, less alts. Majority Bitcoin and a few alts coming from J God. Okay. Understand holding Bitcoin keeps your account from, what's the word I'm looking for? Maximum drawdown when we do go into a different season. Okay, we got HBT Inc. saying more alts. We got Miss Teresa saying more alts. Blockchain debt is half and half. Yaya says majority alts using the price action from alts to seek for Bitcoin after the games, right? Okay. Well, we got a crypto trader who put his life savings on the line. And they're saying that his 170,000 Bitcoin prediction could change everything. So we got people going all in. All in. More Bitcoin generally. Currently, most stables now. Though I'm looking to start going heavy on alts. Okay. Mr. J Block Dog says he has more cash than anything, I guess. He's one man show. Okay. Never put it all in one bet. The only thing that I would bet it all on in this space is Bitcoin. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Nothing else. Nothing else. Bitcoin. I know I can put my money on Bitcoin, go away for 10 years and come back. That's still gonna be there. I can't give a guarantee to anything else other than Bitcoin. I can't give a guarantee to anything else other than Bitcoin. Ocho says he has mostly alts. The Nipsey way. Rest in peace to Nip. So we're going to be covering that. Also, we just had the class on Uniswap, y'all. We just did a 2-part class on the Uniswap, not only token, but on their new chain, the Uni chain. And right now, we're earning Uniswap tokens for free. We're earning the Uniswap token for free right now, just by allocating capital. Okay? Anchorage adds DeFi capability for institutions with the Uniswap wallet integration. Now, if you don't think that's going to bring more attention to the overall Uniswap ecosystem, you're crazy. Right? Now, this is another one. What do I always tell y'all about these seed phrases? What do I always say? What do I always say about those seed phrases, y'all? Do I not always say, do not take a picture, do not take a screenshot? Isn't that something that I always tell y'all? Do not take a picture, do not take a screenshot. Spark Kitty Malware wants your crypto seed phrase screenshots. Have you been making screenshots? If you have, you're in error. And then lastly but not least, we're going to be looking at some of these ISO 222 tokens. I have decided to make a class showing, because with a lot of these coins, I don't think individuals know how to buy them, right? A lot of these coins, individuals don't know how to buy them. So we're going to be going in on how you can get access to all of the ISO 222 coins, right? How you can go about purchasing. Florentino, what's going on? Tap in with me, bro. Still got it in. She said, that's like, Ms. Artist Jim and I said, that's like law at this point. I promise you. Write it down and memorize it. Exactly, Miss Jerica. Exactly. Write it down and memorize it. So this Friday, I will be holding the class covering the ISO 222 coins. We will be dipping into some of the ecosystems that they built around some of these projects. I mean, we've already done the XRP class, the XLM class. We kind of went into ICP. I may do a deeper dive into ICP. Definitely going to do a dive into HBAR, Constellation DAG. Yeah, we're going to be doing a deep dive in a couple of these. So that'd be this Friday. For those that are interested in coming to class and learning what is this whole ISO 222 thing about, and what does it mean for the future of cryptocurrency, and as well as these tokens, this Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, send an email to blockwallstreetwork@proton.me. That's blockwallstreetwork@proton.me. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Let's see what's going on. First thing I actually want to take a look at is a total crypto. Let's take a look at total crypto real quick. And what this is a not accumulation. This is a basket, right? Or index of the whole crypto market, right? It's a total crypto market right here, right? This is everything. And what you can see is that, from my humble opinion, we're clearly in a downtrend. You got your high, you got your low, You got your lower high. You got your lower low, right? And peep each one coming down to the next Fibonacci, right? You lose the 20-day, come and bounce off the 50. Break back above the 20-day, but make a lower high than your previous high. You can tell the shift in the trend is changing. Break back down to your 100-day. Bounce back above the 50, but reject from the 20. What do you think is going to happen next? Look at the pattern. You were above your 20-day exponential. You were bullish. You lost the 20-day. Rejected there, broke down to your 50. You bounced back above the 20. You broke down to your 100, bounced back above the 50. You're rejected as of right now from the 20. What do y'all think is going to happen next? Based off TA. What do you think to be the next move for the total crypto? Right now, we're trading at $3.2 trillion, and we need to clear $3.21 trillion in order to be back in good graces. Okay? If we lose $3.18 trillion, we could revisit 3.1 and possibly $2.9 trillion on the daily total crypto. Now, what does that mean for the overall space? What does that mean for the overall space? If we take a look at Bitcoin as of right now, let's put it back on the chart on the candlesticks. So I think it's easier for most individuals to understand. All right? Let's put it back here. What we're looking at, once again, is a clear downtrend. You got your high, low, lower high, lower low. You could be coming up right now to make a lower high because you failed to take out your most previous high here at 106.530. Okay? As of right now, you've opened and have not traded above yesterday's previous high, which you do have to break in order to see further continuation. NFT Barber says go lower to test the purple MA to the 200. Okay, we got some technical analysis scholars in the building. We got some scholars in the building. Now, what's holding Bitcoin up right now? Look at this. You see that? The only thing holding you up right now, little red line right here, is 20-day exponential. Okay, it's 20-day exponential. So the line in the sand for me, as of right now, what's going on, Satoshi Flipper? The line in the sand for me is $105,000. If we can hold 105 even, right? Because remember, it's all about the breakthrough and then the follow-through candlestick. What was I telling y'all yesterday in the Discord during that video? It's all about the breakthrough and then the follow-through. You need the follow-through in order to confirm. If you don't get the follow-through, it's not confirmed. What would the follow-through look like with this chart that we're looking at right now? What would the follow-through look like to everybody? What would the follow-through look like? Let me know. Let me know. Anybody, what would the follow-through look like? We're trying to teach. We're trying to learn today. Teach and learn. What would the follow-through look like? For those that may not understand what I'm saying, but what would the follow-through look like for those that do? Now, we talk right now on the daily on Bitcoin. We broke through the 20-day. There you go, CryptoBillities BTC. A green follow-up candle above the dub, above the 20-day moving average. Above the 20-day moving average. Yep, above the 20. That's what we're looking for. So your line in the sand should be that 20-day moving average. If we end up losing support there, you could look for a revisit of the previous lows and a possibility of even a lower correction than where we're currently at. Now, if we were to, let's break it down like this, right? Let's do this. Let's get rid of our moving averages real quick. Let's see what we got here. There we go. There we go. So now from a swing low, swing high perspective, right? Swing low, swing high. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get rid of, just so that the chart isn't so marked up. Let's get rid of everything but the dub, everything but the 20-day. So now you have what appears to be a zone being created, right? I'm gonna show you, right? So now you have from the 20-day to the 236 right here. Slide that on across like that. Let's go ahead and make that like that. Make that like that. There we go. There we go. Now, this is the area you want to stay above, this red box. Falling into this red box right here puts you in danger of coming down here to this level, which is about $97,631. Okay? Don't get it twisted, right? This is what I try to get y'all to understand. You try to get y'all to understand. You got to look at the big picture, right? People look at today's pump like, oh my God, it's back on, the bull market back on. Like, bro, all you're doing is making a lower high than your previous high as of right now. You're clearly in a downtrend. Once again, you got your high, your low, your lower high, your lower low. Could be coming up to make a lower high now. Now, with certain things that an individual can look for, right? Hold on, where's my MACD at? Hold on, I don't see my MACD down there. Where is my moving average? Okay, there we go. Put that up there. We got low volatility too. Low volatility. Now, what you would be looking for, right? What you would be looking for is some type of divergence. Now, that divergence is not present on the RSI, right? It's not present on the RSI. If we look here, we've got a low, we've got a lower low. That coincides with price, where we have a low, we have a slightly lower low. But if we look at our MACD, we have a low and a slightly higher low. See that? So now what that gives us is what? Two drives of bearish divergence. Who in the chat can tell me what bearish divergence is? Don't look it up. Don't give me the textbook answer. Just tell me real quick, what is bearish divergence? And how do we identify bearish divergence? I'll give y'all a minute to answer. Give y'all a minute to answer. Who can explain what bullish divergence is and how you identify it? And how it helps you? Anybody? Come on now.
Cancer, I like this.
Nope, you got it backwards, NFT Barber. You got it backwards. You got it backwards. Bullish divergence. Bullish divergence. Come on now, where my students at? Where my students at? Steph, stay stacked, got it. Steph, stay stacked, got it. H Boogie is in the building. H Boogie and Brother Michael, two of the hardest workers in the New Money Matrix. They got them real men jobs still. You know what I'm saying? Two hardest workers in the New Money Matrix. Salute. So yeah, hold on, where's it at? Where I just seen it. Steph, stay stacked, got it. He says it's when the indicator shows a higher low, but the chart shows a lower low. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Let's look at a definition, textbook. Let's look at a textbook definition real quick. Here we go, right here. Textbook, right? It says a bullish divergence is the pattern that occurs when price falls to lower lows while the technical indicator reaches higher lows. This would be seen as a sign that the market momentum is strengthening and that the price could soon start to move upward to catch up with the indicator. All right? Now, normally, when you see that, that is a reversal. That's a reversal. Okay? That's a reversal. So now, for those that know me, right? When we identify divergence, how many drafts of divergence am I usually looking for? For those that know me, when I'm looking at divergence, how many drafts of divergence are we normally looking for? Now wait. How many drafts of bullish divergence we looking for? You got it. 3. Back. 3. Hey, look at y'all learning. Look at y'all learning. Since we're looking for 3, right? Hey, pay attention to the shit that y'all learning. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted, right? This is class. Don't take it for granted. So if we're looking for 3 drives, what would that mean? On the 3rd drive, we're looking for what? On price. What would we be looking for on price? If that's what we're looking for. Look at all these students in here. Look at all these students in here. Miss Brianna said, what helped you test your knowledge on TA and candlesticks? Trial and error, winning and losing. To be honest with you, trial and error, winning and losing. That's the best teacher. Pull back, yeah, but what would we be looking for in that 3rd drive, everybody? Hey, that's a hard bar, ain't it, NFT Barber? Hey, that's a hard fucking bar, ain't it, Joe? That's why I don't think nobody's really fucking with my music. That's a hard bar right there, ain't it? Because it's fact. It's fact. I don't think nobody fucking with my music like that. Nah, but look. Come on now. We're looking for a 3rd drive of bullish divergence. What would we be looking for? What would we be looking for in that 3rd drive? Nah, we're looking for another drive. We only got 2 drives right now. We only got 2 drives right now. Come on, somebody get it. Whoever gets it gets free access to Friday's class. Whoever answers this gets free access to Friday's class. Come on, one more drive, but what does the drive have to do? Nah, what is y'all doing? Nope, come on now. I know y'all know this. We're looking for what? We're looking for what? We got 2 drives of bullish divergence. On the 3rd drive, what's going to happen with price? It's going to make a what? It's going to make a what? Come on, somebody going to get this. Right, right. 3rd bullish drive. We're looking to come down, but what? All right, once again, I'm going to help y'all out because nobody's giving me the exact answer. Nope, not a double bottom. Nope, not a higher low. Nope. Come on now. Free class. Looking for one more drive with a higher low. Nope. Nope. I thought you had it. Nope. Come on, y'all. Bullish divergence. Bullish divergence. Confirmation of going up to nope. Bullish divergence. Hey, Shane Walker, you got it. Shane Walker got it. Price will make a lower low. We need price to make a lower low. Y'all was saying come down, correct, but you need a lower low. Shane Walker got it. Shane Walker got it. We need a lower low on price. So we need this next low on price to go lower than this right here at 100,000. We need it to go lower than 100,000. What you need is you need to break your previous low. Meaning the price is going to be lower than that. Oh, yeah, you did get it, Miss Jerica. I see that. You did get it. I see the last thing where you said lower low on RSI, but it's not lower low on RSI. We need a higher low on the oscillator, but then I did see you say lower low. Well, no, you said lower low on RSI, Miss Jerica. It's higher low. Remember, it's a higher low on the oscillators. Oh, no, then you did come back and say lower low. You got it. So you and Shane gonna get it. Because I didn't see yours, but you and Shane gonna get it. Yeah, we need a lower low. So we need something like this to happen, y'all. We need something like this to happen. We need something like this to happen, right? We need a lower low, right? On price. Like so. And then you're going to be looking for a higher low, right? On the oscillator. No, this is definitely class. This free game right here. This free class. Everybody here is learning. Everybody here is learning. Everybody here is learning. So yeah, so now if we're looking for a third draft of bullish divergence, that means price should make a lower low on the daily, right? So I'm not looking at this as a reversal just yet. We're already back down to 105,056, 70, 80, 100 more dollars, and we're below 105,000. Okay. Yeah, on the third diversion, you get a lower low. Correct, Miss April. Take notes. That's why I tell y'all, tune in, tap in, take notes. You're correct, Miss April. You get a third drive of a lower low on price, but then you should look for a higher low on the oscillator. You should look for a higher low on the oscillator. That's what gives you your third drive of bullish divergence. And it's normally on that third drive where you should look at taking positions. Now, one could look at taking positions on the second low, something slight. And this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. These are just my opinions and my opinions alone. Always go do your own research. Any and everything I'm telling you could be 100% wrong. But one could consider starting to make positions on that second low, right? And then on that third one, that's where you look to use the bulk of your capital that you're looking to onboard, right? Because it's on that third low where you're looking to actually correct, break all your previous highs, and then continue in the original direction of the trend. All right? Be mindful, we still have a sale. Hold on. So I'm using some other indicators that give you, possible buys, possible sales on dailies, right? We are in a sell on a daily, and we're above water or underwater, matter of fact, of that sell signal being given. All right? So now if we were going to be looking for follow through, and remember, like Ms. Jerica said, the new moon is tomorrow, which is a full moon. So then we'll be going into a bare moon. One could consider a possibility of another pullback. One could consider a possibility of another pullback. Right? So, what does all this mean? What am I saying? Let's take a look real quick. This is my thing. This is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm looking at. Right? We got 105, 230, and 103, 182, right? 105, 230, 103, 182, right? If price closes below these two numbers, I will look for a retracement back down to at least $97,631 starting off. Okay? Is there any truth that it may go down to 67 or 69 by December? See, I don't do that. I don't look. Right now, we're at $100,000. I can't fathomly look at 70,000, 64,000. I can't look at none of that down there because we haven't broken any type of structure. So I'm not one of those that say what we're going to do 6 months out. I play it by levels. Right? You're never going to hear me say, hey, this is what we're going to do so many months in the future, because I don't know. I don't got no crystal ball, right? I can only play it by levels. That's all I can do. Because you got to look at it like this. What'd you say, 60? We'll say 60. We'll say 70K, right? We'll say something like 70K. So right now, this right here is a monthly, right? This is a monthly. Your 20-day comes in at about 76,000. That would be you coming back to retest your previous breakout here, right? That would be you coming to retest your previous breakout here. But before you do that, you'd have to take out your previous low here at about 93,000 on at least a closing basis, right? On the monthly. We haven't gotten anywhere near that just yet. Not saying that it can't happen, but I don't look that far into the future. You know what I'm saying? Got you. You've been using the year-to-year pattern. Okay, so we got 12 months. Hey, y'all, look at Bitcoin on a yearly chart. Look at this. Look at Bitcoin. Hold on. Look at Bitcoin on a yearly chart, everybody. And I want you to understand something. I want you to think about something. Think about every time somebody told you Bitcoin crashed and show me where the fuck is the crash at. This is a yearly chart on Bitcoin. Because somebody showed me where the crash is in this chart, because I don't see it. This goes back to what? 2009? I don't see a crash, y'all. I don't know what MSNBC, CNBC, your favorite Bitcoin YouTube. I don't know what they be talking about. Bitcoin's crashing. What I see slight corrections. I don't see no crash though. You want to see a crash? Hold on. That's a crash. This is a yearly chart. This is the Ghanaian cedi. This is the Ghanaian dollar. This is a crash. This is the Ghanaian dollar. This is a crash. Not a crash. Crash. Not a crash. Crash. Y'all get the difference now? Y'all see the difference between what a crash is and what a crash ain't? In fact, you know what I want to look at? I actually want to look at USD versus BTC instead of BTC versus USD. I've been meaning to look at that. Let me pull that up right now. So what we're going to look at is the dollar versus Bitcoin versus the dollar. If they got it, it's the USD, BTC. How do they not have... How do they not have USD versus Bitcoin? Let me see. We want United States dollars versus Bitcoin. Well, you know another way? Excuse me. You know another way we can look at it though? Let me see, USDT. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the dollar. And this is why it'd be so funny to me, right? Check it out, y'all. This right here is the dollar versus Bitcoin. This is what the dollar has done against Bitcoin. This is going back to 2015, right? Let me ask you something. Why would you ever want to hold dollars? Why would you want to hold dollars instead of holding the best savings account in the world right now for us, right? Like I told y'all before, the way y'all look at it now is Bitcoin is a long-term savings account. Everything else is an investment for me to get more money into that savings account. Understand what I'm saying? Bitcoin is a long-term savings account. Everything else is a vehicle for me to put more money into that long-term savings account. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? This is what's happened to your dollar versus Bitcoin. You get less and less and less and less and less Bitcoin for your dollars. Not more, less. Do y'all understand why now you should embrace when Bitcoin goes down? Because this is when it goes down right here. Do you understand why you should embrace Bitcoin when it goes down now? And not when it goes up? You do understand when it goes up, you're buying less of the Bitcoin you could have bought than when it was down, right? Y'all do understand that, right? Yeah, I think I got M2 money supply on here. I do. I got M2 money supply right here. I've got M2 money supply on my chart already. So I'll look at the M2. I'll look at the M2. It pretty much follows. The more we pump money into the market, the more Bitcoin pumps. It follows trend. Now, let's take a look at gold versus Bitcoin. Let's take a look at gold versus Bitcoin. Let me see. Gold versus BTC. No, it's not gold. It's XAU. Right? Yeah. Right? Gold is XAU and silver is XTG or XAG, right? Let me see. XAU. Gold versus Bitcoin. Here we go. Holy shit. This is gold versus Bitcoin. This is gold versus Bitcoin right here. You see that NFT barber? You see that? This is gold versus Bitcoin. Okay. Yeah, generally we look at Bitcoin versus USD, and that was USD versus Bitcoin. So one is you're looking at if you hold Bitcoin, how many dollars are you accumulating? And one is if you hold dollars, how many Bitcoins are you accumulating? So if we go back to that chart, right? Not Bitcoin versus the dollar, but Tether versus Bitcoin. So if you look at it, the more you hold dollars, the less Bitcoin you get. You see this? The more you all keep dollars, the less Bitcoin you get. All right? So Bitcoin is a new savings account, and bank savings is now the thing of the past. In my humble opinion, I mean, you're still going to have kind of like money market accounts. But as far as, and see, that's why I need to bring this book to y'all, because what y'all not understanding is what money is. What money is. So I'm working on a book right now where I'm breaking down how money is nothing more than time and energy stored. And your job as a human is to find somewhere to store that time and energy so it becomes worth more in the future. Meaning, if you work, look at it like this, right? Think of it like this. And I don't want to give you too much because I want y'all to get the book. Think of it like this. You work, what's minimum wage right now? We'll say $15 an hour, right? We'll say $15 an hour. So we'll say 15 times, we'll say an average work day, 8 hours, right? So you make on average $120 a day working, right? You make on average $120 a day working, okay? Take y'all to class real quick. You make on average $120 a day working, getting paid $15 an hour for 8 hours, all right? Now, if you look at the rate of inflation, right? If you look at the rate of inflation, and you're looking at storing that 8 hours, which is as of right now can buy you $120 worth of goods and services. If you're looking at storing that for any significant amount of time, because this is the thing, this is where the big misconception comes in at, yo. This is where the big misconception is. Hell nah, not in Chicago. Minimum wage ain't no $7 and something. Nah, not in Chicago. Minimum wage in Illinois. Y'all saying $7? Not in Illinois. Yeah, minimum wage in Illinois is $15 per hour for most employees age 18 years of age as of January 1st, 2025. Yeah, minimum wage in Chicago, $15 an hour. Now, I'm going to tell you how fucked up that is for the money. I'm going to tell you how fucked up that is for the money. It's still, it buys you, think of it like this, right? The last time I worked like a job where you get paid minimum wage when I was working, the last time was $5.75. I ended up getting a raise. And I think when I left my job, I think I was making somewhere around $6.50 an hour. And you can go get a 1-bedroom apartment for about $800 back then, right? $1,000. A 1-bedroom apartment right now is about $2,000, $1,800. You get what I mean? So even though they're getting paid more, the fact that everything else costs more evens it out. So you're not beating anything. The more money they pay you, the more fucked up the money becomes. I hope y'all understand that. The more money they pay you, send an email. For those who want to join the free Discord so you can join my classes, schedule one-on-ones with me, send an email to blockwallstreetwork@proton.me. That's blockwallstreetwork@proton.me. All right, so let's get back to it. So you worked for 8 hours. Yeah, but by federal law, that's the state rate for Illinois, but a lot of states abide by federal law. Now, not out here, they abide by state law. Not out here. Everybody by state law in Illinois. I can't speak for nowhere but Illinois. You get what I'm saying? No, they definitely not getting paid no $7 for minimum wage out here, though. I know that for a fact. I got kids that work. And they're not getting paid anywhere near $7. Way higher than that. $12, $13, $14 an hour. So, is the New Money Matrix Discord still going? What? You crazy. That should have never ended. I've been running that Discord for probably 6-7 years now. Anyway, let's get back to the discussion. I forgot. So you work for 8 hours. You store that time and energy into, as of right now, 120 fiat notes. If you're looking to hold that for, we'll say, a year, 2, because your thing is you want to stack that time and energy. That's what I was getting to. Our big misconception is that we never store our time and energy. We steady spend it. We steadily spend it. You hear what I'm saying? We never store our time and energy. As soon as we get it, we spend it. So we don't understand the concept of storing time and energy. Like, let's be honest. How many people you think can save $120 for longer than a year? Let's keep it a buck. How many people do you think can save $120 for longer than a year? Now, for those that can, there's a certain percentage of individuals that can, but for the average out here walking the street, hell no. So they're not even looking at where can I store my time and energy. But anyways, if you're looking at that 120, placing it in dollars and holding that for a year, two, you may come back to it, and now it only buys you $90 worth of goods and services. You've lost purchasing power on your time and energy that you spent. So they just stole it from you. Right? So where can I take that time and energy and place it to whereas when I come back to it, right, I've got a greater possibility that it rewards me with more time and energy. Because if you come back to that 8-hour work shift and that buys you $240 worth of shit, didn't that just get you a free day? If it buys you $360 worth of shit, did it just get you 2 free days on top of the day that you work? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? You have to figure out where you want to store your time and energy. The book is coming. It's going to explain it all. Damn. I sat over here and jaw-jacked and yapped. I got to get up out of here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go back live so I can cover all the stories that I wanted to cover. I do apologize. We had a damn good show, though. Even without me not covering none of the stories, right? I believe we had a good show. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree? Still a good show, even without the stories. Just straight bully content. Straight bully content. Yeah, you want to figure out where you can store your time and energy. As of right now, Bitcoin is the supreme vehicle to store time and energy. All right? Hold on. Wrong thing. Hold on. There we go. This is what we're going to do. We're going to leave out with the Lemon Pepper Freestyle. Let me go to YouTube real quick. That's what we're going to leave out with. And like I said, I'm trying to come back live later on. Don't forget, we got class this Friday where I'm going to be going over how you can get access to any ISO 222 token that you want. What wallet do you need? How do you exchange it? And then the ones that have ecosystems that are growing within a decentralized manner, we're going to take a look at. It's the real Meta Master. We got a link at the stew. In fact, I do need to get back in the studio. I was looking for some of my beats today. I got my studio back up and running too. So I'm back in the booth, y'all. Just so y'all know, I'm back in the booth. Thanks to Massacre. I'm back in the booth. Hey, no, I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate everybody that taps in with this information. Because at the end of the day, y'all cannot give 2 fucks about it. Like, who cares about Bitcoin? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. I appreciate everybody that was able to tune in for the Early Rising Show of Coffee and Crypto with the Bitcoin Block Bully. Until the next one, peace, power, and prosperity, family. I'm out of here.